Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you would like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live, and there's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below the video. Also below this video you can get £50 for swapping your UK electricity supplier to Octopus Energy, and this is a particular note if you drive an electric vehicle. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the nature of Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using Zoc accounts. You'll be warmly welcomed back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel, so please share the show on Facebook and Twitter. Now we are joined by Neil, 10th Man, Arwin, Brian's Logic, and a whole bunch of people in Discord, so welcome one and all.
Hello!
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello! Hey, good morning.
Hello, you enthusiastic lot. Very good to have you all. Any evidence of physical geometric sphere edge horizon, formerly known as the curve of the Earth?
Well, I have people claiming that it's geometric again.
Black Swan. We discussed this on Boardbusters quite extensively. Yeah, you can't now start calculating for a physical geometric sphere edge horizon formerly known as Earth curve when we've debunked it and shown that it's beyond the physical limitations of the geometry at radius 3959. Putting the horizon, geometric, at 1.2 times the square root of the observer's height in feet as per your globe Earth maths, and the Black Swan shows it's beyond those limitations. Ergo, the horizon is not geometric. What's that you say, Glober? Refraction? So not geometric then? Yes, we know. 2 years of being told how refracted it is makes us make this statement absolute and certainly true. There is no geometric horizon. You wouldn't expect to see the geometric horizon. The geometric horizon only exists in the maths. So if you're calculating it out there, Black Swan.
Well, I think you'll find that that's our globe Earth maths, Nathan, as it's a flat Earth.
When we positioned their claim as a modus tollens argument to debunk it based on the premise they lay out as their claim, it becomes our claim magically, doesn't it? No, it's still just their claim of an Earth sphere radius 3959 with every distance to the horizon being no more than 1.2 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. That's their maths for a globe. It's just we've debunked their physical sphere edge tangent point, formerly known as the geometric horizon, that you claim people are now using again and think they've got. No, we've only got one horizon. And the horizon in your begging the question, proof of nothing, perspective hijacking, Earth curve calculator was geometric before it was debunked by the Black Swan. Now it's refracted.
Yeah, debunking something without a proper scientific paper is not actually debunking. It's just a pseudoscience rhetorical claim. We have pictures and we know that refraction works, and we know that the reason why we don't see geometric horizon at its actual position is because it's refracted by optical vision, which you use to see actual horizon, but you can't. Yeah, it is really, and we do have pictures from space of the planet Earth, and it's already done. Pseudoscientists have very little to say.
Okay, that's quite a lot of information to take on board. Let's deal with the last one first. You said that you got pictures from space. That'd be a second law of thermodynamics violation, sky vacuum, which can't be real, because if the sky was a vacuum to take pictures of a physical geometric sphere edge horizon debunked by the Black Swan, then the gas we breathe would fill that space. It's called entropy. So no, you don't have pictures of Earth curve from space. Further to that, you open.
That's untrue.
Further to that, you open by saying that we can see the geometric horizon, but then went on to detail how we can't see it because it's refracted. So if it's refracted, it's not geometric. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do understand that whenever you look at the horizon, you're actually looking at the apparent horizon. There isn't.
So not the geometric horizon, which we can't see then. So when I say you don't have a geometric horizon, we don't see it, That's absolutely factually correct, and you've just backed that statement. You're confirming that we cannot see the geometric horizon then. It's not possible to be seen. According to you, it's refracted and can never be seen. So I'm right. You can't see it.
Again, no, you're very, very wrong indeed. The reason is because you're actually denying and you're basically false equivalating what I'm actually saying. What I'm actually saying is when you look at the horizon, you're looking at the apparent horizon of the actual geometric horizon. The reason why you don't see the actual geometric horizon position, we're talking about the position, not the object of the horizon, not the body of water. The body of water is still obstructing the light that is coming from beyond. But because since we have different atmospheric conditions, different weather conditions, we're getting different refractions densities and numbers, which basically helps things actually that are further to actually be reappeared. But if you actually look at the picture of the black swan,
Brian, can you stop interrupting?
If you look at the black swan, if you look at the picture,
We heard you the
again,
first time. We heard you the first time. So,
and I heard you the first time, so yeah,
Okay,
I
so
want
let's
to
see if
reiterate
we
what
can
I'm
have-
actually saying because you misrepresented what I said.
No, I'll try and get
You're
an affirmation
obfuscating the
again.
truth.
Let's just see if we can do it with a back and forth without constantly talking through each other. Let's have a go. So if
Then let me finish my point.
I thought you had. We heard it twice.
No, you think you heard it twice, but I don't think the audience heard it twice.
All right, go ahead.
So again, to reiterate, because this is a very crucial point in the argument, this is not a silly point or a pivoting point. The point is, you claim that we don't see the geometric horizon, which is wrong. We are not seeing the actual geometric horizon position. Position again. The thing is,
So I'm claiming we don't see it, and you're saying we don't see it.
my friend, the body of water is still there.
So I'm saying we don't see it, and you're saying we don't see it. You've just said we don't see the actual geometric horizon, so we don't see it.
Position.
So we don't see it then.
The position.
So we don't see the position. The actual position. The geometric horizon position isn't seen.
If you, man, listen, if
Stutter for me, bitch. You're saying we don't see it. I'm saying we don't see it. You're saying I'm wrong when I say we don't see it. Then you go on to confirm how we don't see it. How we're not going to see the actual geometric horizon. That's us not seeing it as I state. You're saying I'm wrong in that statement and then confirming how right I am.
because you're not being accurate enough. You're not being honest enough with your own argument.
Not being dishonest. You do not, cannot, will not ever see the geometric horizon. That is a fact. And you have confirmed that by saying, no, we don't see the actual geometric horizon. Confirming what I am saying.
Position. Focus on the word position, son, because you're not really actually paying attention, or you're actually intentionally misleading your own audience by actually false equivalating and misrepresenting or strawmanning my argument. My argument is there's an actual geometric horizon. The reason why we say that you can't see the actual
The reason we say we can't see it, the reason I'm right and saying we don't see it, we can't see it, and you're about to tell me the reason why we can't see it.
Scientists.
So you're about to launch into why we can't see it. That's what you've just stated.
Because
Because. So you're now going to justify why we can't see it.
Listen, buddy, you're not.
Don't tell me that I'm your buddy. You are a piece of shit, lying, globe-believing fucktard who is simultaneously telling me that we can see a geometric horizon, but because of XYZ, we can't see it.
Of course you can see this is actual.
Of course we can, or of course we can't.
Refracted light is an actual science. Optics is an actual science. We know how light works. It's an actual.
Yeah, your light isn't refracting at a rate of R in terrestrial refraction based on a sphere belief. Your refraction isn't light bending through mediums. That's refraction. Your refraction is based on an R value. It's 7/6 of a radius. Terrestrial refraction. It needs R. Any response? Your refraction that you're claiming needs R.
Again, ask actual physicists when you actually guys want an actual physical reasons and understanding. Don't ask pseudo-intellectual, pseudo-scientists.
Sorry, that was a load of old nonsense that didn't respond to my... Hello, whoever in G+. That didn't respond to me. Yeah? You need R for terrestrial refraction, because 7/6 of a radius, that's atmospheric, spheric being the bit that needs R, refraction. That's what you'll be using. Now, you're lying or ignorant when you describe that we understand how light refracts, because that's not atmospheric refraction. It's the second time I've said it. You've come back with some nonsense about me misleading the audience. No.
Yes, you are very much misleading the audience.
Shh! I've addressed your claim. Your claim is that refraction is something well known, and then you've detailed how light works. That's not atmospheric refraction. Third time I've said it.
Then why do we have so many pictures?
Why are you asking me a question? I've just debunked your claim that we need to take into account atmospheric refraction while you've simultaneously confirmed that which I have stated and you've claimed is wrong, which is that we don't see a geometric horizon. That's a fact. It's not no atmo day, my friend. Atmosphere, that's sphere-shaped air, requires R for your claim of refraction. And you get R from a geometric horizon that you are justifying why we can't see it. Simple.
On rhetoric. You're rhetorically dishonest.
Yeah, fuck off. Telling me I'm dishonest and I'm using rhetoric when I'm taking apart your claim of refraction based on atmosphere, sphere-shaped air. That needs R. That's what I'm doing. It's not rhetorical. It's a address to your claim of refraction. When you say we can't see the geometric horizon, which is where we started this, and started justifying why we can't see it with refraction, which you need R for.
Let me give you a challenge.
No.
Sorry,
why am I getting challenged to something? I've just refuted your claim. Suddenly that means I need to be challenged with something. Maybe you need to grow a pair of balls and accept that your version of refraction, which is what you're arguing for why we can't see the geometric horizon, because if it's refracted, it's not geometric, and you're arguing for how it isn't geometric, actually refracted. I'm refuting that by saying it needs R, and you're now in somehow delusional, impressional circumstances that lead you to believe that I need a challenge.
Not functioning appropriately, maybe because you're so dishonest and you have distrust.
So why does he keep calling me dishonest? I've refuted what he's claimed. I've described why it's a refutation of what he's claimed. He's claiming refraction in atmosphere, sphere-shaped air on a globe. That needs R. You get it, R. That R comes from the geometric horizon. That's the fourth time I've said it, and all he can do is tell my audience I'm being dishonest when I'm literally taking apart what he's claimed.
You're not consistent. You're not consistent.
Oh, wow. What am I, whipped cream?
Red flag.
Sorry, my consistency isn't really relevant to your requirement for R that needs a geometric horizon, the same horizon you're justifying us not seeing with refraction that needs R. Fifth time.
Again, because you're observing using optics and using vision, which is actually an immediate fact. It's an important fact when it comes to refracting light, because this
It's not refracting light when you do it with 7/6R. So just completely ignore my 5-time rebuttal after telling me I'm dishonest and ignoring you and inconsistent. Somehow my consistency, like I'm bloody whipped cream, is relevant. No, you aren't addressing what I'm saying because you've tried to claim that's bending light again when it's not. 7/6R in standard form, sphere-shaped air refraction. That's atmospheric refraction on a globe.
Why we see it this way? Because we have.
Why does he just talk through everything I say? Every time I start addressing him, he just jabbers through every bloody word so he doesn't have to listen to it. I've repeated my refutation. There he goes again, audience. Yeah. Maybe the audience would like to tell me in comments how it's unreasonable that when I start talking, I shut his line down. But it's reasonable for him to continue talking the entire time that I'm trying to refute his claim for the 6th time when he's claiming the bending of light is atmospheric refraction when he claims refraction on a globe. It isn't. I've told him 6 times, and all he's done is talk through every single rendition and told me that I'm inconsistent. That's what he's done.
You are a liar.
And call me a liar. Yeah, that's what he's done. Call me a liar for telling him that his atmospheric, spheric being sphere-shaped, that's refraction on a globe, needs R for the sphere-shaped bit of it. Now, that's 7 times I've told him this, but apparently that makes me dishonest.
There is your scientific paper, please.
So why is he now challenging me to produce scientific documentation when I've provided no claims of science whatsoever?
And consistent proof and
Sorry,
experiments.
somebody just kicked this dipshit out. He's not listening to me anymore. He's stopped. He's switched off and just gone into... So he was projecting. When he claimed I was using rhetoric, what he's doing is chanting. That's rhetorical. He's chanting rhetorically straight through me.
Acknowledging my point, you're not being inconsistent.
I have acknowledged your point. Your point was that refraction. So you're not listening.
Again,
not listening.
How about you let
Another unreasonable globe believer for the audience's benefit. This isn't a reasonable conversation I'm taking part in. Now I'm staying tonally as calm as I can be perceived. But he's not listening to me anymore. Telling me I'm not addressing his point, not listening to his point. Yeah, I am. He said refraction. Said it was based on light bending. I've addressed it 8 times.
God damn it, listen, if you're not gonna...
Now you're going to blaspheme. Yeah, I have actually addressed your point and concisely summarised your point on 8 separate occasions.
An inconsistent evidence is not a base of a valid...
It's not a rebuttal. Shut up, G+, please. G+, please. That's not a rebuttal.
Your black swan is irrelevant. It's just an anomaly because we can see it in...
Sorry, we weren't talking about the black swan. We were talking about your claim of atmospheric refraction. Refraction on a globe to get around the black swan when you claim the reason we can't see the geometric horizon is X. So that's where we started. Now, your X is refraction. And your refraction on a globe, when referencing a sphere Earth radius 3959, as done in the Black Swan, that needs R for your refraction. That's 9 times.
Do you know weather science? Do you know optical science? No, you don't.
Sorry, optical science? What the hell are you babbling about?
Who are you? Who are you to claim those? Who are you to...
You don't know what science is, right? Let's just summarise the last point. You don't see a geometric horizon. This fool came here to tell us why we don't see it, while simultaneously claiming that we do. But we just don't because of refraction. So we don't see it because of refraction, and he needs R for his refraction. Now he's on to telling me about optical science. What?
Truth. We don't get money sharing truth. We don't make people pay us for...
Smash the super chat if you like my truth. If you like me telling this fundy 9 times that his refraction in sphere-shaped air needs R, therefore is not the same as light bending. Yeah, it's mathematical numbers moving around an R-based sphere. That's not light bending. That's 9, I think 10 times. Now, you can support this truth, fact, or you can listen to this Dumbo tell you you don't get paid for telling people the truth, which is that his refraction in sphere-shaped air needs R, and that needs a geometric horizon to get it.
We don't even need to go to that place.
No, we don't need to go there. Let's ignore the truth. Yeah? And just go somewhere else immediately about my understanding of optical science. What complete nonsense.
Well, the entire countries believe us, and they're with us, and it's so ridiculous to be believing in flat Earth these days, man. You have better things to believe in. You have better things to fight on. This flat Earth is a losing game.
Sorry, is this your response to me saying that your sphere-shaped air needs R, and that's based on the geometric horizon you say we can't see because of the R-based refraction? That's 10 times. Check it out, by the way. Godzilla proved you wrong. He says I like it and gave me $6.99, paid me for my truth, when I took apart your claim of sphere-shaped air refraction. The reason we can't see the geometric horizon?
Affect your sight. Things
Nathan,
that affect light affect your sight. Very logical. Very logical, Nathan Oakley. Very logical. Listen to logic, you little logical man.
Yeah, I am. I'm listening. Go ahead. Give us your logic.
Things that affect light affect your sights.
Sphere-shaped air is an R-based mathematical derivation based on an R that's been derived from a geometric horizon. That's only in existence in maths. This is not light and seeing things. Your maths is not visual or optical. It's Muppet vision. Yeah? So why are you babbling on about this optical science? Total nonsense. When that's not what your sphere maths is.
You're a pseudoscientist.
So now he's calling me names. Just pointed out that he's claiming optical science. Ludicrous nonsense. Anyway, the fact that his maths for a sphere Earth radius 3959, that's curve maths, isn't based on optics. It's based on Muppet vision. Removing optics completely.
Image is a prime...
He's just not listening to me anymore. He's not listening to anything I respond to him. He's just talking straight through everything I say. It's pointless trying to communicate with people like this. All he's got for me is name-calling and complete ignorance of everything I respond to him with.
Not on the same level. You are a pseudoscientist, dishonest...
He's just still calling me names, calling me a pseudoscientist. I've not claimed any science to be called a pseudoscience, you clown. What are you talking about? Pseudoscience is a claim of science where there's been no application of the scientific method. I've not claimed any, you stupid clown. But yet you're going to call me that name repeatedly, like it has some meaning or relevance. It's just silly. Dealing with idiots that don't know what science is and will claim I'm a pseudoscientist when I've not claimed any science.
Yes, you are claiming any...
That's very high-pitched. I'm not claiming any science to be called a pseudoscientist. I've not claimed to have utilised a method that hasn't been employed. That's the scientific method. You don't even know what that is. You don't know what science is. That's obvious.
No, you don't. It's fine.
No, you don't. Yeah, no, you definitely don't know what science is. You were talking about optical science. Natural science deals with phenomena. Yeah, not just seeing stuff. That's why I scoff when you said optical science.
Science conduction.
It's just not listening to me.
It's not a scientific
It's not
activity.
listening. Prick. Yeah, this isn't a conversation anymore. It's I talk and you talk straight through the middle of me, like you're doing right now.
You're dishonest science.
And just calling me names when you listen to anything I do say.
You don't provide scientific evidence. You don't provide...
Sorry, nobody wanted scientific evidence. You haven't asked for any scientific evidence. You've presented a claim that we can't see the geometric horizon because of refraction. I've pointed out that globe refraction needs R, and that's derived from a geometric horizon. That's what I've done. All you've done is ignored every single word of it and spoken through and talked through every single rendition, that's the 11th, of the debunk of the claim you laid down here.
Compare and calculate and show us how we are false.
He's not listening to a word.
Go ahead. Go write a scientific paper and show us
what... This dude claims science. He's the pseudoscientist.
That's real science. Real scientists talk with scientific papers.
No, no, they do not.
No, they don't.
That's wrong. And yeah, another globe-believing dick that doesn't know what science is. Based on papers. No, based on cause and effect reasoning, hypothesis-based experimentation. You don't know what science is. But yet this guy has decided that nobody in Discord can hear anything I say. That's all he's doing. Let's put him on screen and highlight to the audience what's going on. This is the guy we're talking to, right? Every time you see this light flashing on ZX man, means he's just talking straight through the middle of everything I say. For example, if I say, you can't get R for your refraction because it's got from a geometric horizon you're justifying as not seeing. Let's see if he calls me a name.
Again, you alleged scientist, you're science denialist.
So he's just called me two names. I've given him a clear rendition of the argument in response to his claim, and he's called me two names that aren't relevant. No science being claimed by him and refuted by me. There's a claim of geometry based on R with geometric horizons to give you R, to give you refraction. That's the argument. So what do I get in response? As you can see on screen, talking straight through the middle of this entire explanation for his loss, so he doesn't have to hear it. That's why the light is constantly flashing as I'm talking. There's been no pause. I've just detailed how he's lost. He hasn't listened to a single word I've said.
The general audience, I sincerely pay your attention because you guys won't be deceived by me. I don't share undisclosed science. I don't share unfactual evidence. When you hear the black swan, their argument is to basically disprove our radius, to disprove how long or how far the horizon is, and to disprove the geometric horizon. But they always glance over refraction, and they always glance of what our actual argument is. Our actual argument is the geometric horizon is there because the sphere is round. And because things get abstracted by the geometric horizon, the only way for things to be appeared beyond the geometric horizon is by light refracting through the atmospheric conditions, because we have different temperature, different density, and different mediums. And this allows light to actually take not a straight path, but in fact a bending path. This is an actual science. It's called light refractions, light bending, light refractions. There are many phenomena. You have mirages. It's an actual thing. If you don't know, just ask any physicist in any university and they will gladly explain you optics. They will gladly explain you weather conditions.
Don't you explain to us optics then?
Hold on. Shout out to you, Dada. He says, love the whipped cream, Nathan. Before you ask that, Brian, in your explanation, you said atmosphere.
I said black swan is a false evidence. It's an inconsistent evidence showing an anomaly, and it can be taken as an argument and should be dropped by the flat earth communities.
So don't tell me what I need to drop. Complete non sequitur response. I point out, as I've argued 11 times, that in his diatribe that we listen to without interruption, notice he's still interrupting every single word that I say. Still interrupting every single word I say in response. I've pointed out to him that in his explanation, which was not interrupted, he used the word atmosphere. That's all I've said. And he's reiterated part of his argument that is in no way relevant to what I've said. Atmosphere, that's sphere-shaped air. As per the 11 renditions of me pointing out that your atmospheric refraction is based on R. That's 12 times.
Again, Globers did not invent atmospheric refraction. After Nathan Oakley, the magnificent genius, has provided you with the black swan argument. It's a very old thing. We already know about it. Many surveyors use Lite.
So he's completely ignoring me. My point, it's based on R. 7/6R in standard form, atmospheric refraction. For that value, you need R. You get R from the geometric horizon you are claiming is refracted with an R-based refraction.
Why are you jerking off with the black swan then?
And why are you telling me that I'm jerking off? It's disgusting. I'm not jerking off. I'm pointing out for the 13th time that paradoxically your refraction needs an R that's come from a geometric horizon you're saying is refracted. Now, you can't get R because you get it from a horizon you can't see if it's refracted, and the value it's refracted with is based on a measurement from the horizon that you're refracting. It's 14 times.
So it is. So again, funny enough that Nathan Oakley can't really reply to my argument. He just says some fantastical numbers, and clearly the audience don't know what the.
So why are you addressing the audience rather than the point that you need R and you get it from a geometric horizon you're refracting? Why aren't you addressing my response? I've given it you 15 times.
Just because you don't like my response, it's not my fault.
So you haven't given me a response. You've just personally attacked me with an ad hominem fallacy each time I lay it out. There's been 15 attempts to point out that you're paradoxically using R-based refraction that's derived from a geometric horizon you're refracting.
Actually, it doesn't make you more right. You're still a pseudoscientist. Let me finish my point.
Still calling me names, calling me a pseudoscience. We're still not claiming science. He still doesn't know what science actually is. And that's his ad hom.
The funny thing is, there's something called pseudoscience and bad science. You're not even getting.
So, no address whatsoever to the R-based refraction he's using that needs a geometric horizon to get when he refracts the horizon that he can no longer get it from. Now we're talking about what science is. Complete non sequitur fallacy. After my 16 renditions of my response to his claim that we do see a geometric horizon, and here's how we don't see it. Refraction based on R I can't measure anymore.
Phrasing my question to be a better individual. So would you think it is scientifically, what do you call it? Is it a scientifically attitude of you to provide the black swan as an argument to basically refute the globe model? If so...
So why are you answering your own question, if so? Was it rhetorical? Did you want to ask and answer your own question?
Answer.
Oh, well, no, it's not scientific. It's a logical consistency argument. Anybody who had the first clue about what science was would understand that modus tollens. So straight away he's interrupting me, answering his question about whether or not it's scientific, whether YouTube would accept it as scientific, like that's relevant non sequitur fallacy. And I'm saying no. It's a logical consistency argument based on your globe Earth mathematics at radius 3959 and the distance to the geometric horizon being defined by you in the globe maths as 1.2 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. That's the distance to the geometric horizon measurement according to your maths. That's not science. to answer your question, which was stupid and demonstrated that you don't know what science is, to be asking me whether or not a logical consistency argument would be allowed by YouTube based on its scientific credentials.
Guys, if you guys really want to know which is real science, go ask real scientists. Don't listen to this hacker-ass delusional guy.
So why are you now appealing to the audience rather than addressing the fact that no, in answer to your question, Modus Toland's Black Swan argument isn't science? You asked if it was science or acceptable by YouTube as science. No. But you'd know that if you understood what science is, and you do not. You are a fool.
You are a
He's
guy
scared.
who pretends to spread truth and yet get money. You get paid for telling fake truth.
What fake truth? Sorry, is it fake truth that terrestrial refraction, as per your quote, atmosphere, end quote, needs R? Is that a false truth?
Actually, infinitely times.
He's not listening. He's laid a claim that I'm lying, basically. False truth. Don't need R for atmospheric, sphere-shaped air, refraction. According to him, that's false truth. It isn't. But he wants to come on my show live, tell my audience that when I detail that which he is ignorant of in his own claim, somehow I'm disseminating mistruth. No, I'm not. That is a fact. It's just where you lost. Because to claim refraction to move the geometric horizon, geometric being Earth measurement horizon, and that Earth measurement gives you R for the refraction you're using. That is 16 times I've disseminated truth and fact about his claim that he doesn't even understand, and debunking it in the process, because you can't use an R-based refraction if the R came from a geometric horizon you're moving with refraction based on R. 17 times.
It's a very easy thing to do for the audience to actually look at the black swan pictures of many different atmospheric conditions, and you can clearly see that.
There it is again. Atmosphere. Sphere-shaped air. R-based refraction is his claim. That's 18 times. But he still wants to blart it out like it's got some merit when I've refuted it 18 times.
He's scared.
Again, he keeps muting me on the server because he doesn't want the truth to come out. It's a tactic. He is a mod abuser. He doesn't. There's no real moderation. He's the mod and the debater as well. This is very unfair. It is.
Sorry, why is he bleating about how unfair it is when I've detailed 18 times the same response to his claim that you can't see a geometric horizon, but you can because it's refracted, meaning no longer geometric. And what's it refracted with? Sphere-shaped air-based refraction, as he detailed when he said atmosphere. Now, I'm summarising his point and refuting it. But yet all he's doing is appealing to the audience and telling them that I'm a liar. I'm not.
Because I care about the audience. I care about the information that the
Oh, right. Well, what's your show called?
people.
What's your show? You care about the audience? Oh, it's vast. What's your show called?
When you're broken
What's your show called? You care about the audience so much. What's your show called? What's your show called?
Again, the black...
Was that a lie? Was that a half-truth? Are you here disseminating truth about caring about audiences when you don't actually have a show? See, I care about my audience. I've got one to care about. You don't, but you're here disseminating half-truths about how much you care about the audience you don't have.
By the lies he says.
So lies about audiences you don't have.
He survives on it.
Lies about audiences you don't have.
Hold on, there's an actual conflict of interest with what...
Sorry, you said you care about an audience. You don't have one. I do. To care about. And disseminate truth to. Truth about atmospheric refraction, sphere-shaped air that needs R and would need a geometric horizon to get. Now, you've constantly accused me of lies here. You've just lied about having an audience to care about. You haven't got one. I have. Earth's flat. The claims of a geometric horizon to block things are being refracted by clowns like this guy. You haven't got a geometric horizon. Geometric meaning measured and physical. Earth curve. A physical obstruction to boats and buildings that, according to this clown, is being refracted with an R-based refraction that's based on the measurement of that horizon that is, according to him, refracted. Meaning we can see it when we can't see it. That's what we've got from him.
Listen, buddy, if you really want to know how things are getting measured, you should actually go and ask scientists when they talk about...
Scientists for measurements? That's maths! Maths is measuring, science is the establishment of cause and effect. You don't know the difference. If you want a measurement of something, go to a scientist. What a complete idiot. Sorry, you are thick. Let's just get it clear for the audience. If you want something measured, you might go to a mathematician or someone with a tape measure. You wouldn't go to a scientist, you stupid idiot.
The screen, hoping my punch will be teleported to your screen and punch right in the face.
Oh, now it's threatening me physically. Oh, how beautiful.
He wants to beat the flat area.
You want to beat the flat out of that flat plane that we're going to need when we take elevation angles to stars, or derive your radius value with measurements to Polaris, or use that R that didn't get any capabilities of being derived anymore, that R that needed a geometric horizon. Do you want to punch me in the face over the fact your atmospheric refraction needs that R value?
Reason why you don't see the actual geometric horizon, because
we don't see the actual geometric horizon, he just said, ladies and gentlemen. That was his opener. His opener was to say we do see it.
About that, Nathan.
It is a real thing. Do we see it? We see it, but it's not in the real position. We don't see the geometric horizon in the actual position.
Quote, we don't see the geometric horizon in the actual position. Actual position being geometric, capable of measurements. So we'd have to see it to measure it to be geometric. He's saying it's not in the actual position. Well, the actual position would be the geometric position that you'd measure. But we don't see that, do we? So, in conclusion, this clown has come here to argue how we do see a geometric horizon that isn't in the actual position. That would be the measurable geometric position.
Yes, show your truth. This is the way you talk, Nathan Oakley. And they
What, truth? That's right, this is how I talk to you, truthfully. When I confirm that which you have said about not seeing the geometric horizon and why. You're telling us how we don't see it. That's what's happening here. And you're moaning about the fact that you can see it when you simultaneously describe how we can't and declare how we can't see it in its actual position, meaning we can't see it. Precisely the thing you're fighting against.
Which is the fantasy. You're living in a fantasy. You believe in a fantasy, la la la.
Yeah. Sorry, was that rhetorical? Saying the same thing 3 times?
Living on a turtle. Is there a turtle?
Sorry, I don't claim that. Straw man. I don't claim we live on a turtle. Why are you just making stuff up? Is this your half-truths again? Saying I claim we live on a turtle? Just going to make up lies that I haven't claimed? What a disgusting lying pig.
Did God made a pizza planet?
Sorry, now he's claiming that I say we live on a pizza? So another lie, another half-truth disseminated to the audience you don't have and I do. Here to disseminate lies to you, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody claims that here. So that's just a lie, a half-truth you made up.
He just said...
no, it's actually true. You say we live on a flat planet, which is actually a pizza planet.
Take a breath for a minute. You just said he believed in the fantasy. You're the one projecting your fantasy of something you can't see, but say it's there and cannot be measured. You're the fantasist here.
Well, calling me a fantasist doesn't make you right anymore, baby, because we have actual data, we have actually proof, we have actual picture, we have actual evidence, we have consensus from every fucking country, every fucking government, every fucking individual who actually goes to science, learns physics, learns mathematics, which Nathan Oakley is not one, which all of you aren't one, by the way. Don't fucking claim you're even close to be a scientist. You're fucking pseudo-scientists, pseudo-intellectuals, the furthest from the truth. You get money because you spread dishonesty. You have a community you try to feed on. You dishonest cocksucker.
Okie dokie. So shout out to Multi-Tom-Tom who says, Flat Earth Debate 1591 shows and nobody has proven the globe. Say no more. Thank you very much for the super chat, Multi-Tom-Tom. Did you want to share your pain a bit more, Zetman?
I don't listen to pseudoscientists. Sorry, you can either share arguments or shut the fuck up.
Oh, okay. I'll give you my argument. The R-based refraction you claimed when you said sphere-shaped air, that's atmosphere, was derived from a geometric horizon that you can't see. You can't get the actual point of it. That's what you told me. You can't see the actual geometric horizon to measure it, to get an R to use for sphere-shaped air refraction, which is what you've used. That's my rebuttal. I think I've given it you 20 times.
Yeah, your rebuttal is very wrong.
And on each and every one of the 20 separate occasions I've given it to you, you've chanted straight over the top of it. Maybe it's unreasonable that I've got a mute button to shut these wankers up when they chant through 20 renditions that they're simultaneously saying I haven't given them at all. Why are they saying I haven't given it them? Well, because they've chanted straight through the middle of it in the hope that they don't have to listen to it.
We can see ships sink bottom up when...
What, the geometric horizon physical obstruction that's refracted?
Again, refraction doesn't go...
So it's not being blocked by a physical geometric sphere edge horizon then? You're now about to launch into how it's not physically blocking it, it's actually a refracted horizon. You complete clown.
I say, provide your scientific paper.
So why is it every time he loses, he starts launching into a request for scientific papers? He's just claimed that boats and buildings are blocked by, that would be a physical geometric sphere edge horizon, as per the maths that says the Earth curve will get in the way at 1.2 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. Yeah, that's the Black Swan claim. Your claim that boats and buildings are going to be blocked by the physical geometric sphere edge horizon was immediately met with the disclaimer that actually refraction, blah, 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 blah. So not a physical obstruction then. Refracted horizons blocking the boat, is it? No, you can't have refracted horizons blocking boats, clown show.
Maybe we should see
buddy.
if he has a scientific experiment to prove or disprove his claim.
Just my...
Maybe he can lay out all the steps of the scientific method for his experiment.
Well, technically, a refracted curve could still be blocking things around it if the Earth was a globe. However, it isn't. And you can't have an R value for your globe if you do, right?
I mean, this is so retarded. Assuming that the only way you can actually measure the radius by actually looking at the oil rigs, like there's many ways you can measure the radius. And actually, you don't even listen. You don't need to look at extreme weathers. You don't need to fucking look at the fucking atmospheric weather like the fucking one in the oil rigs, buddy.
You want to eat your mic a bit
Your
more?
fucking weather is an anomaly. Your
Maybe a
fucking
few more
extreme
swear
weather
words.
is an excuse. You should take measurements all over the year and look at the normal conditions of the atmospheric conditions and take the measurement then. Then you can measure the almost
ask you a question?
Oh, really?
very close accuracy.
From where
Triggered.
you
No.
Can I
Just
ask
let
him
him
a
tucker
question,
him.
Nathan?
Guys, just let him tucker himself out. He's way too triggered. He's eating his mic, swearing at us. Yeah, telling us we can ignore the atmospheric conditions, the same ones that I pointed out that would need R when he claimed them about 10 minutes ago. Now he's saying we can ignore them. Just let him go. Let him eat his mic and tell me that I'm a fucking pseudoscience while he tells me to ignore the atmospheric conditions that were previously being claimed to move the geometric horizon into a position that no longer makes it geometric. Now he's telling us we can ignore all that, right?
Consistency.
Hey, moron, you don't
Where is your
Did you
proof
get the R
consistency?
value?
times.
Where is your
You
consistency?
don't have to repeat yourself 40 times. Everyone
I
can
need
hear
to
you.
repeat it.
Please make your point once and then let someone respond to your point. Your points are not even challenging. But repeating the same question 46,000 times makes you feel as though you're winning the argument.
Calling me
You're
it's
not
not
actually
challenging is not making it any more or less.
And also, when they just talk straight through somebody making a devastating point. So, Flat Earth Solar was in the middle of pointing out how just chanting the same exact things 47 times through the top of anybody trying to refute them might feel like you're winning, but it isn't. Now, he didn't get to the end of that statement. Zetman just started talking like he's doing now, straight through the top of anything devastating.
We have proof, we have data, we have evidence. You don't.
This is chanting, it's called rhetoric. That's what you're doing, rhetorical, over and over again, saying that you've got proof. You've presented it. You presented your claim about the Black Swan, tried to refute it by saying you've got atmospheric conditions and refraction, the same ones you're now telling us to forget about.
Education, Nathan Oakley. What's your education?
So you're going to launch into another ad hominem attack when I'm taking apart your sphere-shaped air-based refraction claim to take apart the geometric horizon that we can't see because of refraction. You think you need to attack me personally based on my education status. That's called an ad hominem fallacy. Doesn't address my refutation of your claim of atmospheric refraction. Hello?
Your audience deserve an honesty from you to tell them what's your education level that you got.
Nobody cares what his education level is. They only care.
They do. Trust me, when you go to the doctor, they really do, man. When you go to a scientist, when you go to the engineer, they really do, man.
Talking about. You're
They really do, trust me.
messed up.
People like you don't, because there's a benefit to getting money.
You're not listening.
All the constituent parts
Nathan, it was to you.
experiment.
I was talking to Nathan.
Tell me
Brian.
what the constituent
Brian.
parts of a scientific experiment
Nathan, what's
are.
your education?
Brian, he's not listening to a word you say. He's just
Just over
chanting.
Yeah.
So even though
I was
Flat Earth
asking you,
Solar...
Nathan.
Now he's doing it again. So even though Flat Earth Solar's explained that people are trying to respond to his claim, in this case, his claim is that education is critical. We heard you, but you just keep repeating it.
No. I'm asking.
So now it's no over the top of me. Yeah, Brian was trying to respond to yet another claim that you've made, but unfortunately being a triggered globe believer, knowing damn well that you're losing this argument badly, you're going to chant through every single attempted response to anything you claim in the vain hope that that'll feel like you're winning.
All about the money.
See, now it's just chanting personal attacks at me. Literally not listening. Brian was trying to respond to you. It's not going to work unless I shut down the line.
What's your education then? Tell us.
See, we've heard your question. What's your education is the question.
Nathan Oakley, what's your education?
We heard! Yeah, we heard. You didn't listen to Flat Earth Solar point out that asking the same thing 50 times when anybody attempts to make a response isn't winning. Now, Brian had a response for you. Let's see how long he gets. How tolerable will it be? Go ahead, Brian.
So you're not going to answer my question?
Zero tolerance. Telling us that we're not going to answer his question. Yeah? Wow, this is probably the most triggered funding we've ever had.
Those people are delusional. They're speaking out of...
Yeah, it's still on the personal
This is the
attacks.
asshole that was spamming in my chat this morning, isn't it? It's you,
very,
isn't
very
it?
Listen to the experts. Listen to the experts of the matter. Go to the real doctors. Don't listen to pseudoscientists.
Who are they?
Please do yourself a favor.
Who
Don't
are
listen
they?
to those hackers,
Okay.
liars.
Who are they?
Okay.
Who are they?
I'm still waiting. What's your expertise? What's your education? I want to know more about you so I know if I can trust you.
They
Are
get
you-
money to teach.
who
You
are
can't
they?
go to them.
Who are these people? You said go to the experts. Who are you talking about exactly?
The audience.
So the audience are the experts, are they?
The audience need to go to the experts,
Yeah,
not
who
to
are
go to
they?
people like quantum arrays.
It's too thick and triggered.
The experts, Nathan, come on.
Yeah.
The
So
experts.
you say go to the experts. I say who are they? You respond the audience. I say the audience, the experts. You say no, the audience need to go to the experts. Yeah, I'll try again. Triggered Fundy. Who are they?
Are you a physicist? Are you a physicist?
Me, a physicist?
There's a fair building.
Are you a physicist?
No.
Then why the fuck you're talking
Are
about
you a
physics?
stuttering fundy?
Do physicists get paid?
Sorry, do I need to be a baker to
Some of
talk
them
about
do,
bread?
some of them don't.
Sorry, I need to be a baker to talk about bread, do I?
Oh, some of them do. Some of them
I am a
don't get paid.
physicist. I am actually a physicist. I don't get paid.
So not a professional physicist then.
No, not really.
No, you're not
I don't
a
get paid
physicist.
for my
You're not a
education yet.
physicist.
So you're not a
You're
physicist
not a
then.
physicist.
Really?
Bit like the
What's the
geometric
hypothesis?
horizon.
No,
No,
I am a
it's not
physicist. I'm a
What's
physicist.
the
For fuck's
hypothesis?
sake. I am a physicist. Now here's all the reasons why I'm not a physicist.
Pseudo-scientist. This is who you are, Nathan Oakley, and you can't face it. This is the actual truth.
When you hear the
Go to a
Syrian
university,
voice-
and the people will
If
laugh
you're a
at your fucking
physicist,
face,
then
man.
you should be
You're a humiliation. You're an actual embarrassment to your own nation. You are the bottom of the barrel of every human civilization we have come to. We have built vaccines. We have built rocket spaceships. We have the ISS. We have built many amazing things, and you still believe that we live in a flat pizza plane. Pizza, yes, we live in a pizza planet. That's what you say. And we're covered by the dome that God made us so He can protect us from aliens. That's what is the case, yeah?
No. Would you like me to respond in the same way I responded originally to that claim that you've got the ISS and pictures from space? 'Cause it
What's
seems
your
like-
education
Seems
again?
like it's back onto claiming I haven't got an education or I need to justify my education status. So you've made another claim about the ISS. I'm
What's your education?
trying to
I made a
respond.
claim that you are uneducated.
Just kick him
What's
out.
your education?
Kick him out. Just kick him out. I'm done with him. Trying to respond to your claim. Now you're not going to take part anymore. Yeah, he said we've got pictures from space and the ISS. No, we haven't. That takes place in my original refutation. No, sky vacuum. Gas would fill it. Totally and completely ignored by this chanting triggered fundy muppet. No, if you had the ISS in a sky vacuum, then the gas we breathe would fill that vacuum, because it's an empty space for gas to fill. Gas expands in all directions to fill the availability of volume it has to fill. It's called entropy. That's the second time I've had to detail it. Why? Well, because the first time I detailed it, it wasn't listened to. It was chanted through completely, ignored, and I was called a liar, only here for money, when I detailed something that's definitely established well and truly in our realm. That's the second law of thermodynamics. But no, that makes me a liar, of course. Go ahead, Brian.
Sorry, Nathan. I didn't realise you were going to do what you just did there. So I apologise for stepping on your toes. But I think what this guy wants is an unpaid debate with you for 2 hours on a neutral platform. Would you do that? You would. My God. Spend 2 hours listening to that. That's what they want. They want us to go and spend 2 hours having a debate with that.
This guy can't have a debate. He can only talk over you constantly.
So that's most of them. Whether they talk over you or not, they're just completely ignoring what you're saying. Most of them are not even trying to give a rebuttal.
He gave away his mindset when he started appealing to the audience. He's afraid. His reality is a consensus reality, and he is scared to death that because he can't answer these questions, that people might start just accepting the truth of Earth's flat nature, and it scares him to death.
This is what the sextant's done, man.
It is.
I just think he's a liar. Like, I don't even think he's actually a physicist. Like, if he was, then he would lay it down. He would lay down the proof that he is a physicist, that he would actually understand science and the hypothesis. He wasn't even doing that. I think he's just a straight-faced liar. Triggered fundy troll.
No, Arwen, remember, he said that he was a descendant of a scientist. That's his proof.
Well, to be fair, a lot of kids go to university or school and they take like a physics course, therefore qualifying them as a physicist.
These type of people are psychos, though. I mean, these people will actually probably try and stab you if he was in front of you. That's how fucking crazy they are. That's how obsessed they are with the globe.
That is true.
Obsessed with the globe, more obsessed with flat earthers. I don't even think he knows anything about the globe, really. He's just hating on flat earthers.
What you're saying is there's nothing more dangerous than a cornered animal. And that's what they are. They're cornered animals.
You could smell the fear in his voice. I mean, it was like he was falling apart. His world was falling apart as he was talking to you.
Yeah, they're cornered space monkeys on their spinning water ball.
No, he was getting really triggered.
I do think we need to upgrade some of the fallacies from, instead of appeal to authority, sincere, heartfelt plea to authority. Please come help us.
Well, they did invent a new fallacy to create a religion. So if anybody knows the name of that fallacy, if it already exists, I'd like to know.
What I got out of this is when he blasphemed, it told me everything. He fears flat earth because he fears God existing.
He's probably been a really naughty boy.
What he fears is the fact that the people he was told were stupid and he believed were stupid his whole life are turning out to be not stupid, turning out to be correct. And that's what's going on there. He hasn't even got as far as there being a creator. He's just finding out that all the stuff he believed in is wrong. And all he's got to back it up is numbers and nonsense.
No, I'm going a few layers deeper than that, but you're 100% right there. But I'm going a few layers deeper where his own conversation he has with his self that no one knows is, when I die, I believe there's nothing, and I will give account for my actions to no one. And these guys are saying something about my model that allows that to be true, and they're destroying my model of heliocentrism, Big Bang, the whole deal. So this is very disturbing. I'm going to attack on the surface arguments, but no one knows deep inside I'm afraid to stand before a holy, righteous God and give account for my life.
Yeah, we can't divine
That's
the
what
guy's
he's
fear.
really fearing.
Look, I don't know why the guy's scared shitless, but I know he is.
I know.
And he's lashing out at me and using a whole string of fallacies along the way and chanting. I mean, he's textbook baller. I see that type of behaviour in comments all day, every day. That's how they behave now. Because it's very, very stressful for them, and you can hear the stress in their voices.
I've debated atheists and agnostics so many times that the way they get around showing that fear I just described is to use evolution and the false so-called proofs of evolution. When they fall apart, the real reason comes out. They've even told me the real reason after long debates. So I'm probably statistically correct here because I can sense it. He's afraid of something. He can't be afraid of you and your show. That's just a little corner of the internet when 99% of the Western world believes what he believes. What's he doing here?
Well, he doesn't necessarily. That doesn't necessarily have to be true. Because there are Christian heliocentrists. I mean, it's just his reality is tied up in a consensus belief, and you could tell that he wouldn't accept the truth on just on it being the truth. So he has to appeal to consensus. He has to appeal to the audience. He made all these other appeals, but he was doing that out of a deep-rooted fear that he might be wrong.
The Christian heliocentrism is because scientism has invaded the church and pastors are too weak to tell the truth of Genesis and the rest of the Bible. But they at least know there's a God and falsely claim God made heliocentrism. This guy doesn't want a God.
I've never heard
I
anything like that.
I think you're reading a bit too much into his blasphemy, personally.
Then why did he blaspheme God? How could any man who knows there's a holy God one day he's going to meet consciously, purposely blaspheme?
Solar, can you mute?
No, it would be very disturbing. It would be like, I didn't mean that. It slipped out. I don't mean that. He didn't come back with that. I've played golf with people who aren't Christians and they accidentally blaspheme and they apologize for it because they realize what they did.
But I don't think he blasphemed intentionally. I just think it was in the moment. He just used the phrase of town. I don't think God is even anywhere within that guy's life. I just think that, or the thought of there being a creator. He's purely focused on Nathan, and Nathan's what you call little corner of the internet is the very corner that he's cornered in. His back is to the wall. And so to him, it's not a little corner. It's the biggest corner ever. So he has never, I don't think he even got as far as asking, maybe there is a creator. He never even got there. He's purely focused on Nathan. And that pseudoscience Oakley, I'm going to get him. This pseudoscientist Oakley thinks he doesn't, even though he doesn't claim to be a scientist or claim science for this Black Swan, I'm going to get him. That's why that's where he's at. Sorry, John.
If only. I was just laughing. It's like, if only I could shut up Nathan Oakley, then the horizon would be geometric again.
Yeah, as you said, it's disproving the existence of bread with toast.
Well, he didn't come and lead with evidence. He came and led with temper tantrums and non-stop talking.
But I just want to say, well done to Nathan. He kept, sorry, Sola. Just 1 second. I just want to say, well done to Nathan. He kept super calm for that whole time.
Unlike
relatively calm, I'd say.
No, kudos to you, Nathan. This will make your show go a long way if you keep this up. Then it's going to be
it's
shared.
not often the pain in their voice is so obvious, whereas in that case it was really, really obvious pain in his voice. So you can't really, not detect that.
I stepped on something Solar was going to say, so I think Solar wanted to say something.
Go on, Solar.
Thanks. I just wanted to make the point that I can't understand how these guys can claim both a geometric horizon and a refracted horizon, because it has to be one or the other. So them saying that we flat earthers deny refraction when we're the only ones who brought refraction into the discussion in the first place, because it's not a geometric physical sphere edge, and then they interchangeably jump between geometric sphere edge and refracted horizon and think that they've somehow won by doing that. It's never makes sense to me.
Right, we've only got one horizon, and the horizon in the begging the question proof of nothing perspective hijacking Earth curve calculator was geometric, before it was debunked by the Black Swan. But with that, I'm going to say a huge, massive, enormous thank you, first and foremost, to both Discord and G+ panels for making today's live show possible. If you are watching this on either Nathan Oakley 1980 or Nathan Oakley Premiering streams, however, then stay tuned, as there will be an after show to follow. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
What a lovely day!